Alright, I should be live. Alright. Let's see. Let me make sure that the YouTubes is working. Give me a little sec. Oh fuck, that's loud. Okay. Shit. Hello, people who might be here. Is the BGM working? If there's anyone in chat willing to, please let me know. If there is anyone in chat anyways. But yes, good evening. Because it's a very special kind of day here in India, it's gonna be kind of loud in the background. People are celebrating and there's a shit ton of bass, so it's gonna be a little bit weird. There's gonna be some background noise, but don't mind it. I've tried to mitigate the noise as much as possible, but that's not why you're here. You're here because the new meta has arrived. So let's go over it. I really wanted to save my reactions to the new cards by the time I started the stream. And I knew I wanted to stream now as opposed to later because more of my viewers are supposed to be on YouTube by now, but I couldn't help but look at the cards, and you might understand from the description of the video what my basic thoughts are on the new cards, and that, oh my god, things are expensive. You might have heard it too, but let's just basically go over the new pack because it is here, and oh god, is it gonna break people's wallets. So let me adjust the mic a little bit. We have the newborn dragon. My monitor's over there, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm pointing there. But in this pack, the new contender for the meta, what people are looking forward to playing, and what will most certainly become at least mid tier 2 to potentially tier 1. I don't know how it stacks up against prank kids, right? You need at least like 7-8 ultra rares to play it in as small of a package as possible. And to play the deck like meta worthy, it is so expensive. Here's why. The fusion boss monster, two copies of it at least, that's what you're gonna need. It's an ultra rare. Now, this dude, he's also a 2 of. Ultra rare. Well, shit. Fine. What about the other cards? Well, this is a 1 of. It's an ultra rare. You sometimes run it, sometimes don't. Same with Mercurier. It's a 1 of, basically. And then you have Brand New Fusion 3 of. It is an ultra rare. God. So there was something telling me for some reason that this might have been a super, because Shut All Fusion is a super, and it's bonkers. But to be fair, this card is like way better than it because it doesn't just send one from deck to grave as material requirements, it can send both. And you do not need your opponent to have anything in order to do so. So yeah, the only restriction is that you're locked into fusions, quote unquote restriction, when the deck you're gonna play it in doesn't run anything but fusions in the extra deck. So this thing is bonkers. So it does make sense why the barrier of entry is high in terms of ultra rares. It's already expensive. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ultra rares. Technically, if you want to be more conservative, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But then if you want to play the engine in the most basic form, you might want to cut one of this, and you might want to put in another ultra rare that has already been in the Master Duel. And you might want to put a copy of him. So that's another ultra, and you need Verte if you want to make this engine work in a lot of decks. But in the pure version of the deck, you don't need Verte, but you need a whole lot more stuff. So this is a very expensive deck, and to show that, I have put a budget, by the way, I am being as dead serious as I can, budget list together. Oh, hello Londo, it's nice to see you over here. Nice to see you since you were here day before yesterday, I believe. I got 3 branded lost and 0 branded fusions from all my pulls. What can I say? What can I say? I got 3 Qijing Longwan, and I was pulling on the account that I did not play Sword Soul on. I was pulling on the account I play Beat Troopers on. So 3 Sword Soul Qijing Longwans, which is this, by the way, it's a 1 of or 2 of, I believe. Man, that shit just unlucky. I mean, I dismantled all of them, believe me, but still, you could have given me Mirror Jade. I think I did pull Mirror Jade, but I forgot what I pulled on that account. But regardless, you got like 5 Mystical Elf and a Royal Rare Kaiba Jet. Christ, how many gems did you have? Dude, I'm only going to be able to do like, what, a 10 pull here? On my previous account, all I could do was a 20 pull. Christ, dude. I think Konami wants to tell me something. 9,000. Sheesh. God damn, dude. That is a shit ton of gems, my guy. I have not been that sparing with gems because I constantly build and dismantle decks. You have 400 now, yeah, but that's still a lot more than 1047. I had to grind like 2 hours just to get this much. This account does not have much gas, unfortunately. But there's that. So you want to play this new deck, sure, go for this archetype, but it is quite expensive. But I do think it's quite worth it because it is a fusion-oriented archetype that also has a boss monster that is actually kind of balanced because, well, okay, compared to everything else, because it's a quick effect banish, but you can't use it to successive turn, so it doesn't, it can either be used to break boards or as disruption during your opponent's turn. Not really, you know, both, which is nice, and its floating effect during the end phase. However, I think the floating effect that this thing has is arguably much better than it being immediate, because when it's removed from the field, you can pop every single monster your opponent controls. Raigeki, all of them, which is incredibly good during the end phase. Now, the reason why it's better in the end phase is pretty simple. That means if your opponent does not have a response to this card immediately, they gotta have some sort of protection for this. And if they don't, it doesn't matter what they do. Either they build their board and it goes kaboom, or they just don't do anything at all. Kind of the same way that Maxi works in a sense, because it forces your opponents basically either respond to it immediately or just stop their turn, right? But it's not even that broken compared to like other things, at least in my opinion, right? In theory, of course, I haven't really played against Mirror Jade that much to know, but the real criminal is branded fusion being from deck. It is way too powerful, honest to God. So there's that, but what can other people get out of this pack? Well, first of all, this is a good rank 8. It basically just mills the top few cards of both players' decks, so in certain matchups, it's incredibly powerful. And if you're playing a Lightsworn deck or something, this is pretty good too. Otherwise, it can give your opponent some advantage depending on it, so that's interesting to say the least. We have Borland. From what I know, this is a really good Dragon Link card. Like, from what I can see, it's very good going second. So you might want to grab this for Dragon Link. It's a Link 5, but then it can both negate your opponent's cards and simultaneously summon rockets from your graveyard. That sounds pretty good to me. It's just that, again, it's really goddamn chonky when it comes to the Link rating. So will you really run it? Will you really not? I don't know. So that's something for sure. You got 2 Borderlands. You might want to consider playing Dragon Link. If you already have the Adventure Engine, you might be able to build it. Should I destroy one? I don't know whether you should get rid of one or have multiple copies, because I'm no Dragon Link player. But I would at least keep one of this for the possibility that you could play Dragon Link, because that's just a very generally cool deck that's also not that linear from what I can understand, and those are the most fun decks in my opinion. Like, DDDs are cool for a reason. They're not linear, right? Freaking I can't think of another deck on the top of my head. Fluffles. I actually have Fluffles right now. I can show you that. Not linear at all. That's really fun. And Dragon Link, from what I can understand, it's only the end board that could be like very consistent, but otherwise singular lines, to my understanding, aren't really a thing. You kind of just do whatever you can, which is what I really like about a deck, you know, innovating while you're actually playing the deck. It's really cool. So yeah, you could do this, and this thing is also just really, it has protection. It's pretty good, right? Other than that, I don't know about this. I do not think this has any relevance. This is just a weird retrain. This is a good card for Blue Eyes. I've heard it's really good. I don't know why. Let me read its effect. I know about Blue Eyes from Duel Links. That's the best knowledge I have of that archetype. I could play it in Master Duel. I could make a new account. I could play Blue Eyes. I could cater to the Legacy fans. Who knows? But let's read this card. So 3k attack, 0 defense, Jet. Other cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Nice. So it's a scapegoat, essentially. Not the card, but, you know, just in general literacy terms. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn, and can only activate them while Blue Eyes White Dragon is on your field and in the graveyard. That is nice balance. That is nice balance, which is something you don't want in Yu-Gi-Oh, unfortunately. So there's that. And, let's see, the Jet one is... Yeah, I saw it. It had an animation. I saw a Rinri Alters video. It had Mirror Jade and Jet Dragon and something else. I forgot. It looked really cool, honestly. Jet Dragon looks really dope. I might actually want to play Blue Eyes just because of this. Let's see. So you can... if something you have is destroyed... Yeah, if a card on the field is destroyed by battle or graveyard, you can special summon this card from the graveyard. It's an extender, okay. It can just put itself back. Or hand. And at the end of the start of the damage step, if it battles, you can bounce an opponent's card. This could be good for breaking boards, but otherwise I think it's just nice to help form the field. Like Alternative already does somewhat of the same thing. I think this is good just comboing with Alternative, right? You get a Blue Eyes, you get Alternative treats itself as Blue Eyes, and because of that you can just slap out a Jet. So I think that's a pretty nice interaction, I'd say. So this is certainly a decent card for Blue Eyes. And there's just a whole lot of stuff that supports vampires. This is the thing you will use in Eldritch, which actually feels like a cool deck now because Vanities is gone. Keck W Pog. There's that. There's Dark. Okay, people were clamoring for this in the TCG when it came out, and honestly, it's great that it's here now, but DPE is probably falling off a little bit. So what is Dark? Why is this a good card, and why is a Charmer considered like something to clamor for? It is basically something that can yoink dark monsters from your opponent's graveyard. Why is that good? Well, DPE is certainly a dark monster. That is one thing for sure, if you're gonna find that. A lot of good decks are darks, to be honest. A lot of good boss monsters are darks. A lot of things that you could remove that might come back, you can just steal them, which is nice and also somewhat synergized with vampires, but let's not talk about that. And I think, yeah, Mirror Jade, the branded stuff are darks too. And in fact, let me go ahead and look at the tier list on my phone. But to my understanding, there's a good number of decks on the tier list that are just dark centered shit. So I'll go look at the tier list. So we have Adventure Phantom Knights, dark themed, right? We have Sword Soul Tenny to an extent, Dragon Link for sure, Sky Strikers, I don't know. Actually, I think with Ray for sure you could just steal Ray so you don't have to worry about it. So that is certainly a very funny thing. If Ray is what I think it is Ray a dark? It is a dark. You can yoink Ray, the most annoying card out of Sky Strikers, which is also just a really annoying deck. Otherwise though, there's a lot of like cool things, right? This is a really good card in Sword Soul, play one or two of it for sure. Or just in any deck that can put out worms and shit. It's really good. Like Danglong, for example. If you can make Danglong, you can make this by sending a Tenyi Spirit, like Ashuna or Vishada, right? In general, it's a really nice set. It's got support for a lot of things. Blue Eyes, Vampires, very based and stuff. But otherwise, I think it's decently meta warping. It's not like it changes everything, right? It wasn't like the Adventure set, because the Adventure set introduced like 2 different decks. But who knows? Because this deck, this set with Branded is going to influence lots of things until or unless Verte is banned, which means that Branded will have to be restricted to either very centric around branded decks or one sec. Coming back to YouTube, give me a sec. ちょっと待ってください. Gotta go back to the stream on my phone so I can read chat sometimes. Sorry, fuck, I turned on incognito. But point being, Branded will infiltrate a lot of decks, and in the future, with tier limits and other fusion support, it will become so much more meta relevant. Honest to God. It is going to be very important. So you should at least know that prepare to play Dimensional Barrier, right? So because I mentioned Dimensional Barrier now, you might need to get a little updated. What is D-Barrier? Why is that such an important card? So here's something that you guys should start playing in your decks now, if you want to specifically tech for Branded, and it's a generally really good card. It's a trap, that's a floodgate, that no one really plays now, except for Trap Tricks. So wait, I'm going to solo, that's my B. I'm gonna go real quick to the deck builder and yoink my B Trooper list and just show what the trap is. But Dimensional Barrier. Let's see. Yeah, D-Barrier. This thing. Declare 1 monster card type. Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Pendulum. For the rest of the turn, neither player can summon monsters of the declared type. So if you play a non-fusion deck, you can call Fusion, and now Branded Despia, which is odds are going to be one of the best decks, useless. This actually does a lot of things to a lot of different decks, right? If your opponent's playing a deck like, let's say, Dragon Link, call Link, right? Or if your opponent's playing Sword Soul, call Synchro, right? But this card is only really that useful if the type you call isn't something you use. Otherwise, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. But you might want to put this in a lot of your decks, especially with the light of the new stuff. However, with that said, before I go over some lists that you could play for some of the new decks, I'm actually going to go ahead and do a 10 pull, because I haven't pulled any packs yet. I'm probably going to get really unlucky for this, but you know what? It's worth a try. Okay, one ultra rare. That is fine. That is okay. That is not bad. Alright, come on, give me the money. Okay, we hit something. That is meh. Okay. This is probably just really unimpressive. There you go. Alright, let's see. First chance to get some money. Let's do this. Yeah, okay. And, okay, we got Fascinator. That is certainly not a bad card. Hold up, people. The YouTube's, this FPS is slightly low. I'm gonna have to check a couple settings to see whether I'm making a bit of a fucky wucky. You know, whether I'm doing a bit of a yikers. Alright, let me go and apply. Okay, I have changed the bitrate, so maybe this will be a little bit easier to watch. Alright, can we get anything here? That's fine. Oh? Okay. Now, does this mean something? I hope it does. That is only one money card. Yikers. Yeah, that's pretty meh. Okay, here's the ultra. Prage. We prage. We draw something good here. Okay, 2 money cards. And that is garbage, and... Okay. I think we have encountered a bro moment. Un momento de hermano, people. Ay, ay, ay. That is cringe, my guy. Give us something better, man. We can't just get one ultra. I feel... Thank you for feeling my pain. Hold up, I pulled another pack. Okay, okay, that's 1 money card. And that is another ghost trick. That is a little bit yikes. Come on, at least 2 ultras. At least 2 ultras. Come on. I can't be scammed like this. I only have 1 10-pack pull. Okay, come on. This has to be one of them. I can't get blue balled again. Yep, okay. We have an ultra. We have promise. And hold up 1 second. Is my battery set to correct settings? Yes, it is. Do I have anything else open? I do not. Okay, we're gonna open these individually. Okay? So it's only these 2. A fellow Despia player here. J-Dog, nice to see you here. I used to play Despia, actually. Like, when it released in Metro for the first time. It was really fun. So, hopefully, we can get some new Despia cards here. Or something to help us build the deck. Because I have a very budget version of the Despia deck that I could finish building. This is a new card, I believe. It adds Ghost Fusion, whatever the fuck that is. I'm enjoying Despia with my Dark Lord. I played with Dark Lord, actually. It's really fun. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it, but basically it chalks down to big beach stick and lots of drawing. It's really fun, for sure. Is this a good card? Not for the decks I'm playing. Okay, that's slightly cringe. We have 2 dismantles, though. Now, is this a pack that is good or not? That's 1 money card, and that is 2. That is not good. That is also worse. I expected that the Despia stuff would be in this pack too, which is why I don't have any of their stuff. You would expect that too. You would, and inadvertently, there are Despia themed cards in this pack, lore-wise. J-Dog says, I also got Galaxy Eyes in my Despia in the extra deck. Oh yeah, the spell trap, the spell negate. Yeah, that's really good too. I played it in that deck. But theoretically, technically, Lubellion is Despia support because it is a Luber. This is lore-wise, so you don't need to care. But technically, I got like 3 friends who play Despia Dark Lord, which is why I never picked it up. Okay, fair. At some point, you just get tired of the deck. That's very fair. I kind of have the same thing with Virtual Worlds, except I only have one other friend who really plays Yu-Gi-Oh! He plays Virtual World too, but not that much. Lubellion is a must-have. It is good. Like for the 1-card combo with a discard off of Branded Fusion, this is required. This is a 2-of, like for sure. Albion is a 1-of for sure as well. This is a 2-of. Guaranteed you need that card. Otherwise, there's not much like Despia support here per se, unless you're playing branded Despia, which means you're gonna have to put a lot of money into this. Christ. But yeah, otherwise it's a very meta impacting pack that will have more impact and fusion. Branded Fusion is the 3-of. Yes, it is in most cases. So I actually did make a copy of Mirror Jade and Branded Fusion. You have 2. You should craft the 3rd, but let's go over a cheap list, by the way. This is cheap, by the way. This is what a branded Despia list should look like if you're cheaping out. You're gonna want to run 3 copies of Branded Fusion because it's so broken. It's so goddamn broken. Who made this card? This is a custom card, right? And the main deck, aside from hand traps, it's kind of cheap. But then you look at the extra deck. It hurts my eyes to look at. Albion, at least 1 copy. Quiritis is a bit of a maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't thing. But I would rather have it than not, because Despia can make it anyways. It could help OTKs. It's funny, okay? It's based, right? You want to run 2 Masquerades for specifically Despia, and for specifically running the Egypt Chain Fright Per Patchwork little package there. You definitely need to run the Masquerade because it just makes multiple different end boards. That I have at 1. Yeah, I have 2 Masquerade. Yeah, Masquerade already at 2 is pretty good in general for Despia decks because they would just Tax Dragon. So not only does this deck have Tax Dragon available to it, but it can also OTK, get a lot of pops. I put in some links in here just because I had them, right? And I didn't really want to put in more things to craft. 3 is overkill. Probably you're barely gonna make it at 3 anyways, I'd assume. So 2 seems fine. And 2 already could just kill a lot of combo decks before they could even, like, you know, do anything, right? So unless they have the very specific out, like a Dark Ruler, yeah, this thing is definitely fine at 2, honestly. You need 2 copies of Mirror Jade. You need 2 copies of Lubellion. This is a 2-of, for sure. You can play 2 copies of Garden Chimera. I only have 1, because I play, I play, Fluffles, so I play this card for sure. I put Friskinian in here because it's, well, it's Despia. Why not? I put Verte in here, because why not? Again, just what the hell? I put Nightmare Unicorn in Access Code because I always put them in decks, sure. And I put Dark because Dark is obviously really good against a lot of certain decks, including in the mirror match. This is a cheap version, by the way. This is cheap. You have a single Guardian Chimera. I feel like in most circumstances you only really need 1 because of how long matches last. And like your ideal end board using specifically Branded Fusion would be to end on a Mirror Jade and then make Guardian Chimera during your opponent's turn, plus some follow-up, right? So usually games don't really progress past that point, at least from what I would suppose, because this deck can OTK decently as well. And also you do need to run extra cards that have Fallen Balbaz in the name, so like Brigand, for example, just because he's there, right? It certainly is a thing. You can play Titaniclad too, but that's another ultra rare. Despia is great with a lot of dark monsters. Yeah, which also means people should be teching in dark a lot more. Despia Predaplant. Okay, that is actually a really base deck. It's not that great now, but believe me, when the new Predaplant support comes out, I'm playing that deck for sure. That is a hella fun, hella base deck. at least from what I can tell. Like the new fusions and stuff, the aesthetic of Predaplants is so cool. It is the coolest shit ever. So I'd for sure consider playing that in the future. Keep your eyes out for Predaplants, alright? Because they're certainly not dead. I mean, one of the best cards in the game, Verte, is a Predaplant, so you can tell the other cards in that archetype are just kind of bonkers. Like there's FDK enablers, and then there's Despia Predaplants, or branded Predaplants, which is really, really good. I got a pure Predaplant deck. Oh boy, Lendoga. I don't suppose it's getting you very many wins, at least not now. I love Despia branded because you can splash in multiple decks. Yeah, just branded in general can be put in a lot of decks that lack power. Mutants can play branded, probably. So that is very based. Yeah, it kind of sucks. I figured, Lendoga. I figured. So yeah, this is the cheap build, quote unquote, where I have to craft 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ultra rares. Ah, God, it hurts to look at, but it is simply just what you have to deal with. I mean, ranked I only play, and like meta stuff and under friends I play like my fun decks. Yeah, I do play some of my more fun decks with my friends, although I do play Dinomorphia on ranked. Yeah, it gets hard in ranked when you things. I think branded helps so many decks for sure. Like what? Now you can make Mech Knight invoked but slightly better. In general, branded, it's a larger engine to build. Like it's a 20 card like portion of a deck in a lot of scenarios if you want to run it to its full capacity, right? Like you could shave off most of these cards. Like you could shave off this, you could shave off this, whatever. A majority of these cards can be shaved off. 20 cards is at the core of every like branded deck. And well, then you can just put any other archetype that needs support, like mutants, like invoked somehow. Yeah, it's a really good deck to put in things, and it will only get better when things like tier limits come out, which will be in like a year or something. Yeah, it does help a lot of archetypes out in general that are more fusion based, or archetypes that don't mind backseating because Despia can just hard carry them for a little bit, or branded really. So that is for sure something that I'm happy about. Like for example, I'm trying to build I'm trying to put stuff in my Dinomorphia deck from branded, and it's a genuine deck. And there's another deck that you can put branded into that I'm playing right now. Let me just dismantle these cards real quick. And let me go ahead and show you the deck that I have been building for a little bit. This is Fluffles. I love the Despia and branded engines. That way I can make so many more decks. That is the nice thing about engines. Say all you want about how it's homogenizing the meta. It allows you to branch out into a lot of decks without much investment, which is just very fun. I like that a lot. It has a lot of possibilities. Yeah, I mean, adventurers have a lot. Branded is a lot more unique because it's fusion, and fusions aren't really meta per se, at least until now they weren't. So that's just really cool. It's really neat, and it's one investment for half of like 10 different decks, which allows you to get so much worth out of it, honestly. So this is Fluffles, and now I need to clarify what the title means. Fluffles, but they anger me. So I tried building this on a different account. It did not go well. I built a suboptimal version with less stuff, and I lost like in 10 games in a row. It hurt so bad. So I changed accounts, I played different decks, I had more fun, and I built this, and it's been doing pretty decent so far. It's a little tough to learn, but it's very nice. And yes, I love fusions too, J-Dog. Fluffles are a pretty good rogue deck. They were when True King was legal, and they still are, for sure. The only problem is that they're a fusion deck whose main end board will be Xyz monsters and Link monsters. However, with branded fusion, I've added it in here instead of DPE, so now Mirror Jade is part of your ideal end board. So I guess it's appropriate to now talk about branded and how you can put it in every deck. So brandeds are basically, compared to DPE, while DPE is much better for the grind game and for control decks, especially with the engine that I've really implemented here, and while DPE is also just, it comes back every damn turn, it can sometimes screw decks over that specifically revolve around stuff. It doesn't cover as much area. because your opponent could just, for example, let's say they could just yoink the DPE, they could remove it and everything, and all that stuff. And also, it's just not as explosive. There's a lot of things that you could counter DPE with, like for example, just destruction protection. Like, we got Boral and Dreg, and this is a good example. It's immune to destruction. A lot of cards also have that protection. So, realistically speaking, DPE, there's a lot of things that could out it by just existing. And Branded kind of fixes that because the Mirror Jade is a banish, so it bypasses some protection and it's non-targeting too. DPE isn't targeting as well, but regardless, it's still very good in that regard. And also, it does require more cards in the extra deck, and it's a little more expensive, but in the main deck, if you run only light monsters, or like if you run light monsters in your main deck, you only need to put 2 bricks in your deck. You need to put Albaz, which is sometimes a situational, like really powerful card, because it's like a super poly, and this, which is actually a brick in this case. So like, what, you run 1 Fallen of Albaz, 1 Branded Fusion, and if you have a light in your deck, you're fine. And then in the extra deck, you play a Verte, you play Mirror Jade, and any other card that mentions Albaz. Let's see, let me read some of the comments. I forgot to read some of them. The problem with fusion decks is that it's challenging a bit, especially if you run into super polymerization. That is true. However, people don't really run super polymerization very much. And also, the one thing that is challenging about fusion decks that I would actually argue is like the biggest downfall is resources. Because, well, you need to have the cards in your hand, you have to have the fusion spell and the materials. And while Branded Fusion does help that out, in general, fusions still suffer from that. They suffer from the resource inefficiency. You have to put, you're going a lot, very negative, in order to put the fusion monster on the field. Right? Despia Theater, how many copies should I am running? You're running 2? I actually would kind of cut that out. If you're playing Branded Despia, you don't care about that, because usually before, it was either Branded or Red, or the Theater in previous versions of Despia. But now Branded Fusion's here. It's your best card, period. You don't need anything else. You don't care about the protection because you're now, instead of going for the long game and controlling, you're going more explosive with Mirror Jade's Banish effect, which is just that powerful. So I would argue that at most you put 1. And do you put Adventure Engine also in Branded Despia? Some people do. I would argue you shouldn't, because let's say you're in the case where your opponent has an extra deck monster and you can normal summon Fallen of Babas. You can't use this effect on normal summon unless you want to, if you want to use the Adventure Engine. So that's also a no-go. And if you want to play Branded Despia, right, there's a Luber Boober of Duber. Let me whip him out. Aluber. Unless you open a way to special summon him via Branded opening, this dude's then dead, and he's like one of your main searchers for Branded, so I would say so. So no need for it, yeah. Unless you really want to fill in spots, which I guess you could argue would help. 1 of is the most I'd recommend. But Lendoga, I don't really suggest putting adventures with Brandeds. But hey, whatever it is. I'm just trying to optimize my decks. Thanks for the advice. Hey, I mean, you can just look at the Master Duel meta to see what the optimizations are for it there, because I mean, it only just came out, but I'm happy that the advice I'm giving is helping in some way, shape, or form, for sure. Otherwise, going back to Fluffles, I'm probably gonna convert this VOD into a deck profile, but this is a very funny deck because, okay, there's a lot of different end boards you can achieve. You can either make VFD from Wish. This is just a negate, basically. It's a rank 9. You can OTK with this thing. You can make 2 of this guy to overlay into this dude. You can OTK or draw lots of cards or extend with the Dugaries, which could be cut out. You can make Bahamut Shark and Totally Awesome in this deck, which is dumb. You can OTK with Fright for Kraken and stuff. And you can also link spam. You can Scythe Lock your opponent. Cross Sheep is great for resource generation and like maintaining advantage because of how negative fusions go. You can make Apollosa pretty often, from what I hear, but I haven't made her that much, or like at all. And of course, you can run Verte, which means we can run Branded in just the Branded stuff. My friend plays Fluffles, I play against him. That's cool. Fluffles are a pretty hard deck to tackle. And now I guess we should talk about, well, DPE versus Mirror Jade. I think DPE has a better place than Fluffles if we just like play it in a similar way. Like DPE, you play the small package. Meanwhile, if you wanted to play branded, you might want to play extra cards and sack some of these off. So if you want to play Mirror Jade in this deck, like you play DPE, it's not that great because DPE has the function of popping your own Scythe in a very easy way. So that's one thing for sure. However, if you're willing to play more branded cards, I'd argue that Fluffle Branded is one of the best decks to play branded with, just because of the combo potential. Is it realistically going to be that? I don't know. But regardless, you have a friend that you casually play test things with. That's nice. Usually people go for casual and stuff. I don't really have a friend to do that, so it's nice to know that you have it. But the crux of this deck is pretty simple. Just make fusions. This deck is all about advantage, so it's kind of like pendulums, where basically you're cycling this one card a lot. It's not once per turn. It's not a hard once per turn. You get to search things, you get to draw lots of cards. You're drawing practically like a third of your deck most turns, probably. So it's very like resource intensive in terms of like gathering resources, which is why I'd liken it to like Electromite, where you're always getting like the same +2/+3 combo all the time. That's sort of what you're doing here. You're kind of just gonna draw lots of things, gather your resources and whatever, get as many things as possible because of how draining fusions are when it comes to resources, and then just making the best board you can with whatever you have access to. It's not like linear where you need to have certain combos to work. You just have a lot of different pieces you can mix and match in the deck depending on what you draw. So it's also pretty high rolly, but just not like it's RNG-ish, but it's more like, hey, how can you muster certain hands? Which also means, yeah, it can really suck sometimes. But pretty much that's what it is. And you might also notice only 2 Max C and just Gamma. You don't play hand traps in this deck. I put Max C in here because it felt too uncomfortable playing too few hand traps, but whatever the case, you can do that. And I do play Mirror Jade, Pog, but because Mirror Jade requires you to send things from your extra deck to the graveyard for its removal, then you do need to play extra targets in your extra deck that are just not that good. So I play this dude just because why not? He kind of looks, he's swole as fuck. Fucking didn't miss arm day for sure, I'll tell you that. But yeah, pretty much that is the gist of things. And well, yeah, that's just a basic review of what's going on, a basic deck list you could follow. You can go check out Card Circuit's video if you'd like to. And well, I mean, I'm kind of bored, so why not? Let's just do some duels, or like a duel or two. Unless it lags a lot, and if it does, then I guess I'll end stream soon. This has been a very short stream. Lose no loser rank. Oh shit. That is not fun. Fuck. Shit. Oh god. No. That is yikers, actually. Okay. Well then. May my toy vendors never miss. Okay. Let's see. What do we have here? We have things. We have plays. We most certainly have things we can do here. And our opponent is playing Adventures, and we did not draw like any of our interruption. Ay ay ay. Ayo, what's with the bitrate fucking yikers? Oh my god, what the fuck? Ayo? What's going on? My FPS is garbage. Ayo, this is sus low-key. That's bad actually. What the fuck? Hold up. This happened like last time I tried to play Master Duel 2. It sucks ass. What the hell? Make sure to have the best possible settings for this. Everything is as like good as it can be. Well, I just suppose we'll have to deal with the low frame rate occasionally from time to time. Wait a second! This motherfucker's playing Branded! Branded Adventures! Okay, yeah, I did mention that Branded Adventures... Ugh. That, I don't think Branded Adventures is that great unless you high roll the branded opening, which I guess this dude did. Oh god, oh shit. But yeah, dude has the whole adventure engine already in his hand. That's just luck, man. That's just how it is. Sometimes people will just open that good. I guess we're gonna have to sit through this. We have to play through 2 pops, 1 draw, 1 banish, and a negate. With Fluffles, I am... okay, it depends on the hand. This could be good, this could be not. And that is very nice. This motherfucker drew a royal. This dude. Well, goddamn. Well, okay, no, never mind. It's only 1 banish and also 1 negate. That could be really bad for us, though. Let's see. And control no monsters. Okay, so let's see. How do we bait off this dude's interruptions? So let's just go for what we have access to. We can draw 2 with this thing and discard 1. We can search for 1 card from our deck. We have fusion access already. We have gamma in case, and we also have this, which allows us to search. So best thing we can do is this one, because it's the least consequential. If it goes off, that's cool. Okay, he's letting it go off. What the fuck? I am concerned as all hell. Okay, toy vendor effect. Are you gonna negate this or not? I would imagine you'd... okay, no, this dude's letting me go off. What the fuck? Let's see, we have penguin in hand. So I suppose the best thing, because penguin's there, is dolphin. So this makes totally awesome. This does. But this dude could just immediately mirror jade us. That's the terrifying part of going against this. And now we are not protected by gamma. We are not protected by gamma. Actually, you know what? It's debatable. Okay, let's see what we can attempt to do here. Okay, you're... what the fuck? You're letting me go off? I suppose you could negate one of these and then banish one of them. But when you negate and destroy, that does mean then I can Fright for Fusion. Or like Kraken or something and like attack over a bunch of stuff. But that isn't going to do much. Again, this... I'm going to have to think... whoa, the unimaginable is happening. I have to think, what the fuck? AO, Logic, and Yu-Gi-Oh players, they don't usually match together. The fuck? Okay, we're gonna try get Toy Vendor back and do a bunch of drawing. Okay, he negates this. And what this dude Mirror Jade? No Mirror Jade yet. Aha. So this ne. I suppose because that's gone now, we can poly and we can pop off, basically. And we can force a disruption. Aha. That is not great. That's actually really bad. Okay, shit. Boy. I think I know what we're doing, people. We're gonna lose a rank, unfortunately, but there's no way in hell that we're winning this match. That's just how it is. I guess now you guys understand. Opponents plays Fluffles 2. No, they were playing Branded Adventures. What? Wait, hold up. Let me check their deck first. Yeah, also to explain the losing streak here, I had to do some things and I got interrupted during these duels. I know I'm just coping, but that's genuinely what happened. So, I mean, like, they knew what to do. True. They definitely did negate the right things. When it came to Dolphin, that could have been arguable. Like, you could have just negated the Penguin, right? Because then, I mean, sure, he also banished the Penguin, that's fine. So, never mind, but whatever. Whoa, I do not... There are feelings inside of me that tell me very many things. But the most loud of these phrases is me no likey. 60 card, grass looks greener, Shadal, DPE wielding branded adventurers. Oh boy, this is certainly why Adventures has definitely ruined aspects of the game for sure. Despite all the naysayers, like, it's for sure like a thing that sometimes people just play piles of bullshit and it works. Like it worked there. You know what? It's fine. Let's just aim to make Mirror Jade with this deck. and I think I can end stream without much guilt if that happens. We are gonna go second. That's fine. This is a going second deck. Unless you're making us go first, you crazy son of a bitch. That dragon doesn't protect you from anything. It only makes you look more sus. We're going second? Okay, that is fine. That is a-okay. Again, you will have to bear low frame rates when matches load in. Okay, we have opened Albaz, Penguin, Toy Vendor, Fight for Patchwork. This could be a pog hand. It really depends. Again, it really depends. If our opponent make it... Okay, no, that is definitely not going to be the case. Our opponent has decided to play a lack of monsters. Hold up. Gonna have to wait for the FPS to stabilize. It's very low for some reason. It just fucking tanks out of nowhere. Okay, we draw bear off the top. This dude T-sets. Yikers, maybe? Yikers? Question mark? Hold up, I have to check settings again. Okay, no. What the hell? My camera works fine. What the fuck is going on? There are very many things this hand can achieve. Okay, whenever I open settings on OBS, it's like the game comes back to normal. Okay, so let's narrate through what plays we could do here. Let's see. So first, I want to bait some interruptions here. So I will Fluffle Bear, try to set Toy Vendor. This dude doesn't have a response for that, so that's fine. Activate Toy Vendor. Response or not? No. You're letting us go off? Oh, okay. We're gonna pitch Toy Vendor, draw into Penguin! Yes! Pog. That is certainly good, to say the least. And we are going to search... Oh, response! What response will this dude have? Alright, we're gonna search for Dolphin. So now, here's something we can do. We can make Totally Awesome within Nibiru, so that's nice. And then we can just kind of go off from there, see what we can really accomplish. We can combo off, King. We will Fluffle Dolphin and target Toy Vendor. We're going to set it back to hopefully cycle through it again, if this dude will let us do that. Okay, Toy Vendor goes back on the field, and we are allowed to send anything from deck to graveyard. What's a good card to send to the graveyard? Fluffle Wings, for sure. Because now, we're going to do another thing that this deck is really good at, which is letting us draw like our entire deck. We will activate Fluffle Wings, and we will banish another Fluffle. We will then draw one off of this effect if this resolves, and it banished itself, so you can't call it by. Nice, and we can also send Toy Vendor to draw another card. And then Toy Vendor gets us a search. So we just got our entire goddamn, like, we got a shit ton of cards off. So we will then add this card. This is an extender. When we have Fluffles on the field, we can summon it. Let's see. Oh, and we can special summon more stuff from the hand. Arguably the best thing we could do is summon another copy of Penguin. Just because it's another somewhat high attack body on the field, I suppose. So I will proceed to summon... Oh wait, never mind. We can't summon Penguin off Penguin. Sure, let's go for Bear. It could be really funny. We could tribute Bear, try to get back a Toy Vendor, but I feel like we've already looped Toy Vendor enough. So now we are fringing on Yikers things, so I'm going to summon Toad on our 5th summon, so that we can at least negate into Nibiru. This is our 4th summon, I believe. Will our opponents respond, or will they respond? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Or as I like to call them, Dragon Balls. Sus. Yeah, of course, my sense of humor is immaculate, Kek W. We're gonna activate effect of Bahamut, pitching Penguin. That's fine, we don't really care what we pitch. And then we are summoning Totally Awesome. Now there's a lot of things we could do here. I'm not sure. Amogus. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, summon Totally Awesome, and now we are Nibiru proof, baby! Slap the Froge. Now, response? Okay, now there's a lot of things we could do here. I do think that it is best for us to fusion summon into Guardian Chimera. A lot of reasons why, but mainly I want to break this board. So I will hard poly using Sheep and Bear and a copy of Albaz. Alright. Now will you let us go off? This means that all we have to worry about are hand traps after this. That or Battle Fader, but I will just deny its existence. We can also summon Mirror Jade off of this. This is possible. It's very sussy. And technically, summoning the Mirror Jade does allow us to keep more cards on the field and extend even further. It is possible. But this clears our opponent's board even more. And also, it's just slightly more attacks. So I'm going to do this, and it's also going to allow us to draw just that much more. So we're going to use both Sheep and Bear. And we will also use a copy of Albaz from hand. We are not making Mirror Jade this turn, because we will probably be killing. We'll summon Guardian Chimera, and then we're going to pop 2, draw 1. So effective Guardian Chimera. Will you let us, or will you let us? That was a bit too long of a pause. We will draw Gamma, that's unlucky. And then we will pop these 2. These were... Oh, this is just a innocent little boy. I'm so sorry for what I'm about to do. This is... He surrendered! This is truly un momento. Fuck, what's gold in Spanish? This is truly a gold moment, people. This is truly a gold moment. I'm sorry. Okay, but look, what do you expect me to do, man? I'm sorry, but come on. Okay, we have to play another duel though. We have to make Mirror Jade in this deck. If we don't make Mirror Jade in this deck, then this is garbage stream. No, not subject matter that makes the stream garbage. It's the fact that we didn't make a very certain monster. Okay. We are going second. Come on. Okay, this dude plays Stratus Mate, Pog. That is Pog. Okay, this is a hand. I can tell you that. This is certainly a hand. Let's see. Okay, what is this, by the way? Reactors. Huh? Huh? Hello? Summons tokens. Uh-huh. This is a deck. This is a duel. That's all I really can say. Now, because we draw Penguin, which is very powerful, I think what we can do is we can activate the Foolish Burial Goods. It goes off. So we will send the Vendor to grave. My camera's on top of Graveyard. But we will activate Vendor in Graveyard because we sent it off of Foolish Burial Goods. Okay, hold up. Let me click settings. This should probably like clear things up and increase the FPS. Check W. I can say the face down card is a spell that tributes to your monsters. Oh god, you mean Raw in the form of freaking like sphere mode in the form of a spell trap? I'm very scared. Okay, we're gonna have to try stop that. So hold up. We will add a penguin because sorry, no, not penguin. We're gonna add a dolphin. And then I'm gonna activate another vendor just because I want to see if I can high roll something. I will pitch the goods and see what I get off the top. If it's an Albaz, I'm gonna cry in a corner. It is max C. The C has been maximized, people. You know what? I'm playing through it. I'm gonna kill him this turn, so it doesn't matter. At least I'll attempt to do so. I haven't even special summoned Omi, although I will soon, and a lot of times at that. Oh, good top deck. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and summon Dog. We have not normaled, by the way. Effective Dog. We're going to yoink. Well, I don't know what to yoink here. What's a good card? Wing, I suppose? We could use it as fusion material, I guess. We could Guardian Chimera. I think that's arguably one of the best options I could do. But first, normal summon Penguin, Penguin, special summon Dolphin, Dolphin, set Toy Vendor again. Yeah. Again, I actually don't care about being max seed here. I'm gonna try kill anyways. We're gonna Giga Chad play through the max C. Alright, we're gonna target Toy Vendor, put it back on the field, because why not? It's funny, I suppose. And then we can send anything to grave. Doesn't particularly matter. We would have sent Wings here, but we'll send Sabers. Alright, next, let's see. We will make Bahamut and then Toad, because again, what really matters is Nibiru now. We have not special summoned or normal summoned 5 times. It'll happen when we summon the Toad, which is good, I suppose. So we'll use Penguin and we will get, please let me, okay, Pog. Toad! Froge time, Poggers, let's go. Alright, I am waiting. Estoy esperando, amigo. Please. Give it to me. Okay. So now, let's see, what can we do? I have to think about this for a sec. I'll go ahead and patchwork first. Grab a poly and grab a chain. And get a Fright for fusion off the chain once we put it off for something. I don't know what that something will be. And, think. Have to use my brain here for a sec. I mean, I suppose it's much better if we just, if we Kraken. That allows us to make the board easier. But I do want to make a Link monster. So here's what I'll do. I'll summon you, and then I could summon any one of these. I guess I'll go for you, because that just makes it so that the resource generation goes bonkers. Alright, cross sheep. And then we will polymerization, put these guys off for Cruel Whale. And Cruel Whale will pop the back row. Yep, use these guys. And then we will draw 2. Dude, we've drawn the exact same number of times. So at this point, we're not really losing in terms of resources. Of course, again, Nibiru could be a thing, but we do have Totally for that. Effective Cross Sheep, effective Cruel Whale, we will pop one of our own cards. We'll pop a Toy Vendor. We'll also use Edge Imp Chain to search for Fright for Fusion to get a Kraken. What is Kraken, my homeboys? We are gonna get ashed. Okay, that is fine. That's okay. Not ideal. We could totally here. We could totally. But do I want to do that? Honestly, I'm not so sure. I think let's just experience the thrill of the high roll. Let's just pray we draw Fright for Fusion. Okay, Cruel Whale, pop Toy Vendor, pop back row. What are we getting rid of? Metal Reflect Slime. Okay. And then we can special summon any one of these. I will summon Dog, I suppose, even though there's not really much of a difference. Effective Toy Vendor in Graveyard. We're gonna search for something. Doesn't really matter what we search here. Like, honestly, this one doesn't matter, like, at all. Bear is funny, I suppose. So we'll do that. And then effect of wings. So we'll send, we'll banish sheep. We'll draw 2 off of this basically. We drew into a chain and, come on, penguin. Okay, our hand's just gonna be full of bullshit then, huh? I guess I'll get Fluffle Owl, not like it really matters that much. Yeah, we've already normal summoned, so whatever the case. Yeah. So then I suppose we just access code. We will use you, you, and you. Cross sheep is 2 materials, and we will pop a couple cards. Actually, no, we only pop 1, because that's the only link monster we summoned. Yeah. Effective access code. Target cross sheep. And effective access code, which will banish the cross and then pop one of the tokens so that we can go in for the killing blow much faster. And at this point, we already do have game. Like, doing anything else at this point is just pure BM. So I will just do what is necessary to kill, which is effective Cruel Whale. Huh? Nani? Ayo? Ayo, this dude has interruption. I mean, of course he does. Look at the size of this dude's hand. We're playing into the max E. We currently have 25 cards, 26. We have drawn more. What the fuck? This is the bonkers thing about Fluffles. They just draw way too much. Alright, now this over here lets us special summon stuff, but that is very unnecessary. I don't want to rush, I don't want to BM. I just want to get this over with. So I will first crash into the token real quick. That has been successful. That I can't speak. Holy crap, these retainers are killing me. Okay, access code crash. Come on. Wait, what the fuck does this not do? Yeah, if there's something I'm negating, it's going to be that. I didn't read what it says, but it's an effect, therefore I'm negating it. You're playing the game, therefore me no likey. Joy Killer. Ayo, that's ironic. Effective totally, sure. Doesn't matter. I suppose I'll just put back Bahamut. That's fine. He's just a big fat XD's monster. Attack, yes, please. Oh, effect? God damn. This dude didn't let me kill him. The man, the myth, the legend. I played through a max C and attempted to OTK him, but he still survives. You know what? You know what? I can live with that. I can live with that because I'm now going to do the thing I wanted to do. So I'm going to banish the Fright for Repair and then summon an Edge Imp. Yes. Then I will effective the sabers. We'll put Owl back, honestly. Any of them would have been fine, but Bear could still be relevant later. But I will put sabers, and then I will link those 2 off for Verte. Verte will send off Cruel Whale. Actually, you know what? Cruel Whale does have potential, like, not interruption per se, but just stuff to do. So I will link these 2 off for Verte. I will Verte link off the access code. And I will summon Mirror Jade. And yeah, I am still playing through this Nibiru. I got too greedy. I just had to play through it. It's not even that big. I'm betrayed. It's not even a big rock. It's just mildly large. Well, you know what? That's what happens when you get a bit too greedy. When you take on the Maxi challenge and don't play Flower Guardians. Ah, God, okay. Oh, God. God damn it. Christ, no. Well, I guess we just sit back, not relax, and get a little more pissed, a little bit more pissing and shitting. We've committed a fucky wucky. We've tried to play through the Max C. This dude's playing Ancient Gods, which is based, but regardless, the Nibiru is not based. The only thing it did to us was base us in sorrow and, yeah, cringe stuff, basically. It took so long that I really didn't expect the nib. I didn't too, but then I had to. I wasted my totally. I'm actually kind of pissed, man. I could have just kept it there. I could have just not let that happen. Dreadnoid. Wait, is this dude gonna Magnus me? Ain't no way this bitch is gonna Magnus me. Ain't no way. Goddamn. Uh-huh. Okay, called by. What are you gonna called by? There's a lot of things. Okay, you're gonna called by the totally. That's fine. Yeah, if you don't know, Dreadnoid is a monster that can rank any big fat XC's machine monster on top of it, like Great King Magnus from the Super Quants, if it destroys something by battle. It's a rank 4. It's got a decent amount of attack. It's using Duel Links. This dude, this motherfucker, let us live. This is some kind of fucked up mercy. I'm telling you. There's something about this that just does not feel right. Yeah, this only lets us draw more with the effect of, okay. Dude drew like 10 cards until can use the OTK. He's playing the gods, okay? Sometimes they're just that penis. You can't do everything with it. No, the dude didn't draw just 10 cards. He drew like 15, 18. He drew almost his entire fucking deck, man. You know what? There's a chance. Could we OTK? Possibly. Okay, effective sabers. We'll return penguin, and we will bear. Okay, okay. Effective bear will get a vendor. Vendor will get the penguin. Penguin will summon the owl. An owl will get a poly. Actually, no. We won't do that. We'll just summon the owl directly, search for poly. Yeah, because we can't use everything from one place. Wait, what? Oh wait, yeah, it discards that. Okay, sure, fine. Oh wait, no. Wait, no. I'm conflicted. I think I've done a bit of an oopsie. Think. What have we used already? We have used Fright for Fusion, no? We have not. Wait, the fuck? If only I ran freaking Wolf, my suffering would be over, but now I have to bear witness to my failed OTK. We could always just Mirror Jade pass. And then just use one of these cards as like a Prage tactic. Okay, we're gonna target chain, add it back. Sure. Well, normal chain, we'll link these two off for Verte. Wait, no, we already used Verte. Never mind, I'm an idiot. Sure, Dagda. That's fine, I guess. Okay, we'll use chain. I still can't believe we haven't used Fright Profusion yet. Alright, Fright Profusion, we're gonna go for the Cruel Whale. Suppose that's just the best option we could go for. And then we could Apollosa. We could crack into, which lets us crack the field better, but I would rather get rid of Guardian Slime, because this thing can already kill over the Nibiru. The backer does really give me the heebie-jeebies, the fucky wuckies, but well, there's nothing better we can really do here. So, Cruel Whale. Effective Cruel Whale. We're gonna pop the toy vendor and the copy of the Guardian Slime. Oh yeah, and we can Dagda too. I suppose Dagda is certainly a thing. We could have Scythe Locked. Actually, no, never mind. The Scythe Lock wouldn't have done anything. Okay, effect. We'll set Scythe. That's fine. Doesn't do anything. Pop this. Pop that. Wait, what? Why didn't you die? I have failed to read. Oh no. Cringe. That's a level 10. Ayo, what the fuck? I'm an idiot. I should have just popped that instead. Oh my god. I'm the epitome of yeah. This is big brain time. Classic Yu-Gi-Oh player moment. Yeah. Wow, reading? That's cringe, dude. You actually read in the card game that forces you to read like every time? Nah, that dude, that's just wrong. That's just not right. Have we normal summoned? I forgot. We have, oh nay. Oh nay. That is cringe. Alright then, I suppose what we do here is simple. Crash, crash. Another one of these motherfuckers. Stop! Stop with the goddamn Guardian Slimes, man! Actually getting annoying. Pop that. Main 2, make Oppo. Cause we ain't got anything better to do. This is actually the first time I've summoned Oppo in this deck. Apparently you use Oppo a lot, but this is the first time I've ever used her. Alright then. Fucking do me dirty, bitch. Effective Metal Reflect Slime. Boy. Yeah, had this thing. No, I want to end it all. Man, what the fuck? Ayo, this dude still has more cards in his deck though. We're playing the same size. No, I think I was playing a larger deck. Ayo. If this duel is teaching you anything, it's that Fluffles draw way too much. Okay, Egyptian God Slime. Yep. We are certainly... Oh god, this is OTK, isn't it? No, this isn't, unless you have extra monsters to put on the field that aren't just Egyptian God Slime. Well then. I don't know what to say. We're dead! We are currently deceased. Deceased enough to click the surrender button. I am an idiot. God damn. Well, that was certainly a lesson. You know what? Fluffles aren't best deck. Fluffles aren't best deck. But hey, you know what? We got pretty damn close. We took the Max C challenge. We made our opponent draw half of his damn deck. And we could have won! Can you check if he even had a god? True, I don't even know if he had a god. That could have just been Egyptian God Slime OTK Turbo, for all I know. One sec, I misclicked a couple times. Alright then, Joy Killer. Show me your cringe. Okay, this dude had Cypher. This dude did have Cypher, Lindoga. And Waking the Dragon, you know what? I dare say that's kinda based. I dare say that's kinda based. Oh, and this thing. Zombira the Dark and Mario Kutai. If this special summon monster, if this card is special summoned, destroy all other monsters you control, and neither player can summon monsters. Christ, that is so stupid. Yeah, you just turbo it out with Waking the Dragon. Dude, that's so BM. Oh, dude. You know what? Yeah, I suppose this is enough Master Duel though. Anyways, I expect to make a new alt for Master Duel soon. to get the new cards and take advantage of them. Of course, it's too expensive to do this on existing accounts. Otherwise, this was fun, I suppose. We've gone over the new stuff. I will probably edit the VOD out. I say that for every stream, but whatever it is. Anyways, that was fun. I might stream tomorrow. Who knows? It probably will be a Hollow Cure or something that isn't gonna lag, like or FPS bleh, like this game did. But whatever it is, thank you for those who showed up. It was fun, I suppose. Drop a like if you enjoyed the stream or something. Give a sub, and more importantly, go check out Card Circuit. I don't know him personally, but he makes great content, and he made a video with a 3-in-1 deck profile of all the branded Despia decks. A optimal version, a version that I forgot he ran, I don't know what the second one was, and a budget version. The build of Despia that I showed here, that I haven't finished building yet, that is based off his budget version. You should go check that out. Anyways, I'll be ending stream. Today was pretty fun. Yeah, I guess catch you guys later. Peace.